Welcome back to San Joe Homestead.
That's right, guys. It's the morning, and we're gonna do this a little bit different. We're gonna cook breakfast, and I'm gonna show you why we're showing us cooking breakfast, and then we're gonna do highs and lows. So this morning we are having a first, right? Have you ever had anything that looks like this? No. So first of all, we are going to be making smoked pork jowls. Never had that, but apparently it's a little bit like bacon. I've been told that you don't cook it as long as bacon, so we're gonna test that out. We're gonna try it. And also, what we are super excited about is our emu egg. Okay, we don't have an emu, so it's not our emu egg, but it is a emu egg. We got this from Goat Daddy's farm, and we're pretty excited about this, right? Yeah, this is a first. Check this thing out. It is so pretty. We're gonna crack it open because we want to try it. So one thing that we do when the girls have dance competitions and they go out of town and it's just me and Joe here taking care of the farm is we like to do some fun stuff, and we like to try some different things that maybe the girls will be a little bit more hesitant to try. So this is one of them. This is our big treasure for the weekend. So you ready? Let's actually get the jowls on first. You want to get the jowls on? You know what the jowls are? You know what part of the pig? This part. All right. Got those going. Wash my hands. All right, let's crack open this huge egg. Ready? All right. I hope I don't make a mess. Oh my gosh, this is hard. There we go. Oh, got a little bit of shell fragments in there. Okay. Oh, there it is. Oh my goodness. That is a lot of egg. Whoa. All right, so these jowls are almost done, and I definitely see what he was talking about when he said you don't want to overcook them. They are a thicker slice than bacon, at least these are. You okay? Is it popping a little bit? So we're gonna add some salt and pepper, cook these just like normal eggs. We add cheese to our eggs just because it adds a little extra flavor. So I'm gonna do that. We were actually probably not going to cook all of this. We're just gonna scramble it up and probably cook half of it because it is the equivalent of like 8 to 10 normal chicken eggs. I don't think we can eat that many eggs, can we? No. From what I understand, these things are a little bit eggier than a chicken egg, but not quite as bad as a duck egg. They do have a lot more of the good stuff than chicken eggs and less of the bad stuff. I mean, if there's any bad stuff in chicken eggs. So we're gonna see. But first, I do want to say that we are going to be processing our rabbits today. We're going to do a video on that. I will be sensitive as we can be anyway. And because of that, I'm dividing this video up into chapters so that you can skip past that point if you want to. Or you can skip straight to it if that's why you're watching this video, to learn how to do that. So just trying to be sensitive to everyone. But first, we're going to start on this breakfast.
Milk first.
That's right. Add a little bit of milk. Help these things get pretty fluffy. And then, oh no, where'd my fork go? There it is. We're gonna scramble this thing up. So this is a lot thicker than eggs typically are. I don't know if you guys can see this, but I mean, it's almost like it's congealed a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you've ever been interested in what an emu egg would look like, definitely appears to be a lot more white in it than yolk. That yolk was huge, but the overall coloration is definitely more white. So we're gonna finish cooking these things. We're gonna try them. And Joe, what are you anticipating? What do you think they're gonna taste like?
Egg.
Good observation. So definitely interesting. Not bad, good, but yeah, I doesn't taste like any other egg I've had. So
Daddy.
definitely a little more eggy, but not in a bad way. All right, so while we're eating, we are gonna do highs and lows because it's the weekend. So Josiah, do you want to go first? Or you want me to go first?
My high was going to church
On Wednesday
on Wednesday.
to play with your friends.
Mhm.
Oh,
And my love was selling the baby goat.
selling the baby goat. Yeah, we have somebody coming to pick up one of the goats, another goat, today. So that might be my high, even though it's as low. But yeah, the kids are always sad to see them go. But you know, they understand that when we have the babies, that we are going to be selling them. We're not going to be keeping them. There's a couple that we will keep, so they know which ones those are. But it is. It's a little bit sad to see them go. It's a bittersweet thing. So I think that my high was all the way back to Sunday night when the girls had their dance premiere, which is just when they show. It's kind of like a dance recital, but not really. It's when they do all of the dances they're taking to competition, and it's always the first time that I get to see the dances. So that was a lot of fun for me, getting to see them just showcase and show off their talent. They are extremely talented dancers, and so that was a lot of fun. Also, I think going to Goat Daddy's farm yesterday and getting to see our two babies that he took. He definitely got the two prettiest babies that we had this year out of all the kids. And so it was really fun. It was neat to see them recognize Josiah. Once they kind of sniffed him and saw him, it was like their whole demeanor changed and they were kind of jumping up on him again and following him around more so than the other goats that were in the pen. So that was pretty neat. My other high, I think, was maybe this egg and this breakfast. You like this? My low is that the predator came back on Thursday night, I think, or Wednesday night. It was Wednesday night, Thursday morning early, like 3 o'clock. Thankfully, did not stick around at all. Our dogs startled it off, did not try to dig in or anything like that, but we know that that's what it was. And it did take off running. We did not get to see it, but it has become like this signature bark that our dogs do whenever it's the predator. It's a different bark than when they see a deer or when another kind of like wildlife animal, raccoons, possums, armadillo, whatever it may be. This is a very rapid, aggressive bark. So thankfully, goats are still safe, and it has not been back since then. As long as we can keep our goats safe, that is a good thing. So we're gonna enjoy this meal, and then we'll get on with our day. So in short, those eggs were so good. Definitely would recommend, if you ever have the opportunity, try one. I would say it's a creamier egg, so they would be really good as like a quiche or a frittata or something like that. And you would only need one to make a whole quiche or a whole frittata. So that's the benefit of that. So if you like this material, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Again, another great, easy way you can support us is by subscribing if you haven't already. Also, hit that bell if you haven't done that. But right now, we're gonna go do rabbits. All right, so this is probably one of my least favorite things to do on the homestead, but it's one thing that we want to do. That is harvesting our rabbits. We will be doing most of them today. There's a couple of them I want to give a little bit more time to grow out, but I'm going to show you guys how we clean them. I am not going to show the killing process just because of YouTube rules and all of that, and just to be sensitive. But I do want to go over how we do it. So we use the hopper popper. What that is basically just two pieces of metal that just make it all easy. So you got this one piece over here that is more of a V shape, and this is the actual like place where you break their neck. It just makes it really easy and ensures that it happens like that. And we try to do everything in the most humane possible way. What you do is put them up against the tree, stomach side against the tree, head through it, and pull back. I have learned that you kind of want to pull up and back just to ensure a good quick break. So that's the worst part of it. once that's done, everything else is a lot easier, emotionally anyway, for me. So I'm kind of one of those like lover, not a fighter kind of guys. So this is just one of those things. And then what we're gonna do is hang the feet on here, and this is where we are going to gut it and skin it, which is what I'm gonna bring you guys along for. So the other things you need are obviously a knife, and a good sharp knife just makes it easier. You want something, I just use a bucket with a trash bag in it to just basically drop everything in, makes it really easy, and then you can dispose of that however you choose to dispose of it. And an ice chest filled with ice, and we put apple cider vinegar in there, which just sort of helps while it goes through that rigor process. We will let them just sit in there for about 24 hours just to ensure that that process is able to run its course. And that's what gives you a little bit more tender meat. All that being said, let's get started. All right guys, so here we go. We've got it hung. Went ahead, took the head off. So what you're gonna do first is cut around right here, kind of at that joint. There is a tendon there. You wanna make sure you don't cut that. If you cut it, then basically the legs are gonna fall out. They're not gonna stay up here. But as long as you're careful, you can do that. So you're gonna cut around both sides. You do want to be careful not to cut the meat, just because you just don't want to damage it. And you want to try to keep as much of it intact as possible. All right, so once you get that, you're going to cut the skin down to the halfway point on both sides. And from there, it's pretty easy to get the skin off. Sorry. Then you have to cut around the tail, and then it's easy to get the skin off. So to get the skin off, you literally just pull, and it comes right off. It's really easy to skin a rabbit. Now, a lot of people ask us if we keep the skins, and we do not. It's a really kind of involved process to tan their hides and to keep them so that you can use them. So it's more than I want to get involved in, so I just don't keep them or mess with it. All right, so all the way down, and then you're gonna find this bottom joint on the front legs, and you're gonna cut it right there. So you're basically cutting those front feet off. If I can find that joint. All right, so we've got our skinned rabbit, and it is time to gut it. So we're gonna just make a cut right through here. You don't wanna just go in and cut it down. You do wanna be a little bit careful. As with any animals, you don't wanna split the intestines. And so we're gonna do that. Most of this stuff is just going to fall out, so brace yourself. Well, some people will save like the lungs and the heart for their dogs, and I've heard of like people freeze drying them as dog treats. We don't do that. I mean, maybe I should, because I think they would love it, and it's a cheap, well, it's a free dog treat for them, and it packs a lot of nutrition. But, you know, I've just never messed around with doing that. Now, this one has a really full stomach, so I'm really trying to be careful with this. Normally, we do try to just cut their feed the day before, just so they can empty a lot of that out, so I don't have to worry about it, but I didn't do that, so lesson learned on this one. All right, so with the tail, you can typically grab it and pull it forward. And it will pull everything out with it. So next what I'm going to do is just kind of clean up a lot of this fatty tissue and stuff. Get that cleaned out, and then we are almost done. I still need to get the lungs that are down in there, but other than that, it's really that easy. The lungs and heart are last, and you can typically just reach down in there, pull those out. There we go. Again, that's something that a lot of people will say for their dogs, but I just put it all in the trash. So the very last step is taking off these back legs. And then cleaning it off with the hose. These guys, I usually just snap them and then cut it loose. Almost got myself wet. And there you go. That's it. That's how you dress out a rabbit. And you could cut these up into pieces. You've got a good 2 back straps right here, the 2 back legs, and then the front legs do have some on them, but they're definitely smaller, kind of like your chicken wings.
We're cooking right now.
We are cooking right now. What are we cooking?
Hot dog.
Kinda. Making some bratwurst for dinner. So we started this video cooking. We're gonna wrap up this video with cooking. Did we have a fun day today? Did we get a lot done? High five. Burgers. Fries. Bacon on the side. Ooh, we need to wash those hands. So yeah, that does wrap it up. I hope you guys found this interesting. If you've got any questions, please feel free to leave them in the comments. We always love to get those comments, don't we? And what else do we like? Thumbs up. That's right. So be sure to give us a like. I hope you found either the first half or the second half of this useful, or both of them. That's how you dress out a rabbit. That's how we do it anyway. There's a lot of different ways to do it. These, I'm thinking that we might do kind of like boneless buffalo wings kind of thing for Super Bowl. Yeah, try it with a rabbit. I think that might be good. Or like a buffalo like party dip kind of thing, and shred it up in buffalo sauce. I think that'd be good. What do you think? Think that'd be good? We might do that. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. I hope you have a great week. Enjoy the Super Bowl if you're watching it, and be blessed.